Today, with how popular it is to be secular, the glit and the glamour, what we see on TV, the media exploits it so much, and the young people today who are aspiring artists, they see that and they only see that side of it, but they don't see the actual nuances that are going on in the background. Um, I'm gonna phrase this question: how do you have you been tempted? I mean, I know you're kind of talking around it, but how do you keep yourself from maybe I should? You know, the desire and the passion can sometimes consume us so much that okay, this little compromise, I'll go ahead. And how you keeping yourself from that? Or at the same time, how would you keep someone from it when they're like, "What you mean? Oh, that's that money. Why am I turn that down?"
Um, well, honestly, it's not very hard for me because I do not have any desire in my heart to be famous. I don't have any desire in my heart to be famous, which sounds crazy. I have no feelings inside of my soul that tell me that I want to be famous. Um, I, I, I'm a pretty low key person when it comes to my life and like having um, people being all up in my business and all of that jam. I don't like that.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I don't, it's not really a temptation as far as going secular hasn't ever been a hard thing for me to struggle with anyway. I remember, it reminds me of this conversation I had with my mom when I was like 13 and she knew that I was serious about music. And we're sitting in the car and she's like, so do you want to be a secular artist or a Christian artist? And she asked me and genuinely asking me. Like, it wasn't like she was like, you gonna be secular or you gonna do Christian? It wasn't like, it was just, she legit just asked me, like, do you want to be a secular artist or a Christian one? And I was like, I want to be a Christian artist. And I just decided then. And so it wasn't, there's never been, I'm sure the more I, the more I perform and get into this career, a lot of opportunities to do that will present themselves more than likely. But I've so decided within myself kind of that was not even something I would consider, that I don't even really think about it. I've seen kind of what happens when people get caught up in the fame and the money and all that kind of stuff. And it's not cute and it doesn't seem fun because when people say like more money, more problems, it really is like that because opportunities present themselves when you have money that you wouldn't really have to, deal with if you didn't have it. So I mean, granted, I want to live comfortably. That that for my music to pay the bills and for it to provide for my family and all that kind of stuff would be wonderful. But to be like crazy, like, oh, everybody knows me, I got cameras following around me, I would be stressed. I'll be stressed. I don't want that. And so I mean, if that's what God wants me to do in order to, if that's what my life has to look like in order to accomplish what God's called me to accomplish, then that's what it has to look like, and I'm willing to make that sacrifice and change my life accordingly. But it's never been a focus or anything.
Are there any collaborations in the future as far as for your new album?
As of right now, I don't really have anything super lined up. I have a couple artists I'm actually looking for, looking to help produce on their own, which I think would be super awesome because one day I hope to have a record label. That is one of my goals to have. I don't know if that's the next 5 years or not, but it's definitely something I want to do. And I would love to do some stuff like that, but not yet. I'll definitely be looking for them. My whole album, I only had one feature on my first album, and that was my sister. She was L-Dub Weezy rapping on the track.
Okay.
I Belong to You is the track if you're interested. It was pretty unique. But outside of that, I didn't have any features on my first album. And I really feel like it would be cool to work with some other people as well, musically and lyrically and stuff. So maybe so. I don't know what the future holds.
I asked you earlier, you know, if you had, what was your 5-year plan or something to that degree, and you just chimed in on one of your goals, maybe that's a more suitable question. What are some of the goals for Lydia Seale that she would like to accomplish
in life?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I'm a dreamer. So, first and foremost, I currently lead worship at my church, and so to see that grow and develop and to be able to flow in the Spirit to an even greater degree, I think is one of my biggest goals there, because that's a huge part of ministry. Worship is, and it's a new thing that God has kind of placed in my life. So to grow and develop in that is a big goal for me. I'm not much of an arriver. Like when I've arrived. I'm not much of. It's always growth. What can we do better? What can we be better at? And that, I think, to be able to write songs and have people's lives impacted by them is another goal of mine. To see people's lives change, to see their hearts change, and then for them to develop a passion for following Christ. Like I said, I would love to. I love fashion, clothing. I would love to own a boutique one day. I think that would be super awesome. And a boutique of modest clothing, because modesty is really it's a huge priority of mine. Being able to be like, hey, I'm cute, I look stylish, and I'm fly, and I'm dope, and I'm saved, and I'm not ashamed of that, and I'm gonna cover my body because I'm not ashamed of that, you know. And so that's something that I want to do, as well as possibly one day having my own record label, and managing artists to kind of place them help them get to the place where God has called them to be in their pursuit of their destiny. So. Hey y'all, this has been Lydia Seale, and that's my news.